And we developed interest on the seeds issues and how to preserve them and what to do. And Vivian started with the Palestinian Illyrium seed library. And said, hey, I have this idea to create a space in Btיר and let's do it together. And I want to know the origins of the Btiri eggplant, why the Btiri eggplant is important, why the people from all over the region, they come to buy it and so on. So every time I would, like people ask me, I need to go to this farm and to that farm, can you borrow me some seeds? May I have some seeds? And so on. I said, no, we need to find a place where we have all these seeds fixed. When Vivian started developing her research on seeds, I discovered how important we have so many seeds that are vanishing. No one knows about it. One of them is this new seed. Yeah. This is the Palestinian white cucumber. White cucumber is not Faqus. It's not. This is one of the types of cucumber that totally vanished from farmers' fields and area, and you cannot find it. We found it by total luck, an old lady in Wadi Fuqin, and we started growing this. And we start having this. Now I have good quantity of those seeds that are back to life. The same story with the white cucumbers is with Abu Samra wheat. This type of wheat that used to be cultivated all over historical Palestine. It has this black skin color on the top. This is 1 out of 300 different types of wheat that we used to cultivate in Palestine. How many do we have today? 2 types. And a very minimal quantities. One we use for frike, and one we use for drishe, the slim wheat that we use. And the rest. Drishe is the white wheat that people call it jarish or kameh jarish. It's similar to frike, but frike got more smoked.
Yeah.
This one, they keep it without smoking.
Oh, okay.
And this is like one of the types that we found, and we cultivated, and today we have good quantity produced. And so many other examples of those seeds from all over historical Palestine regions that we start investigating behind those types and reading about them and trying to increase them back.
What about the watermelon?
Yes.
Jaddu'i watermelon.
I'll come back to the Buttikhh. Okay, let's stop with this and let me show you the Buttikhh Jaddu'i watermelon. The Jaddu'i watermelon comes from Jenin area, which is one of the best types of watermelons that unfortunately Israelis, they took the seeds and they genetically modified it to create what's known as watermelon without seeds. That now is invading all the markets in Palestine. It's coming originally from those type of seeds, and it's a way to control farmers to get the baby plants for the new genetically modified seeds. So this is one of the types of the Jaddu'i that was cultivated that we have here. In addition to this, I want you to grab 2 seeds out of those and try to taste. What does it remind you of something or not?
So that's the Jaddu'i watermelon. It's the watermelon we always ate. It was always a delicious. Eat it?
Yeah.
No.
Does it remind you of anything?
What is that?
Huh?
Dhura?
Okay. Have you ever seen a dhura in this shape?
Not this shape.
Yeah. Bigger one. Does it remind you of anything?
Like corn.
Yeah. Corn.
Corn.
Okay. This is exactly a Palestinian corn where it used to be grown in Arnous. Arnous is similar like in this shape. It's not a cone. So this is our white corn that our grandmothers and grandparents also, they used to cultivate 60 or 70 years ago, and they used to grind it and make charadish.
Charadish.
Yes.
I learned how to make charadish.
Exactly. And it was then called...
Charadish is like this old ancient, almost like a pancake, but it's savory.
Yeah. And it's made
It was
out of
almost
white
for
corn.
poor people, no?
Not necessarily
Charadish.
for people, it was for everyone. Children. Yeah. And it was
In
also
hard
something-
times, like
No, not in the hard times. This is always the Israeli propaganda
Story?
saying that we're always having a hard time. We never had a hard time. We had a
Yeah.
beautiful time. We are now having a hard time. Yeah. Before, we had a beautiful life, and we have an excellent time. So the white corn was the alternative for the wheat. When you don't have wheat to make bread, you make charadish. So it was the corn bread that was not common like the wheat bread. But if you think about it today, with all the corn bread that people now in the world use for diet, for gluten-free, my grandmother had that 70 years ago. So she was more aware of what we know today.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is
Nice.
like
Yeah.
yeah. So this is what we are trying to bring back to life and to bring back to people and to the community and to the farmers and so on. So we grow this. Now many people, they use it also for purifying the soil and also as a good food for animals.
I wonder, can you pop it?
I don't know.
I wonder should we say not how they.
I think it will pop, but it will not be like popcorn.
No,
big
it'll
one
be a little
size.
teeny, but it'll
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah, it will pop. For sure it will
It'll
pop.
pop.
Yeah. This one is like Faqus. This is Faqus Saḥouri. So in regions here, every region has its particular type of growing things. So Btיר, it has its eggplants. And it was mentioned in several references, we found it, and that's where we had the Bevingania, which is the makluba of today, which is the first dish was served to Salah ad-Din with a Btiri eggplant. It's an eggplant, but we say a Btiri eggplant. And they flipped the plate to serve it to Salah ad-Din, and they told him what's the type of this. He liked it a lot. They call it, it's Bevingania, because it's made out of Bevingjan. And that was related when Salah ad-Din came visited Jerusalem. After. So that's where the name of makluba came from after, because you flip, so upside down. That's the name of makluba came from. But originally it was used by Btiri eggplant or the eggplants in general. In Beit Saḥour, which is the region here, they were famous with their ba'al faqus. Faqus is not the cucumbers and not the white cucumbers. It's a different variety of zucchinis, we call it. Some people call it, it's part of watermelon too. But it looks like a cucumber. And it's sweet taste, and it grows in this region because of the type of the soil without any irrigation. So this is part of the Ba'al agriculture. And Ba'al, in term of a word, is the name of the Canaanite god who was responsible for fertility and blessings.
Ba'al means it doesn't need water.
Yeah. So that's the term that we use now. But the origin of the name comes from there. Today for us, Ba'al is the agriculture that doesn't need water. So Faqus is coming from Beit Saḥour.
Also ahead of our time.
Yeah.
Also ahead of our time.
We have Faqus.
Growing without needing water. It had the whole world needs water.
Yeah, the whole.
Also ahead of our
But
time.
because they're ahead of our time, yes. But also now we are facing, or we have to admit the climate change that we're facing. We never had rain in Palestine in June.
Yeah.
Never in our life. 13th of June, we had massive rain for a few hours that was killing all the crops. So this is part of the change of the climate change that we are facing now. Winter is shifting, heat is now like you see here, and rain goes late until January, February, where we used to have the Marba'aniya, 40 days of continuous rain, starting from 20th of December until 30th of January. These 40 days, this were like a warning for all the people to stop their activities if they are planning to, because it's going to be a continuous rainy period, which is not the case anymore. بطيخ جدوعي, فقوس سحوري, خس from الارطاسي. We have a variety of things that Vivian was working on to get stuff from everywhere. But again, everyone has its speciality of crops or seeds that we start preserving. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to try to answer.
The name?
Hassan Muammar.